So one of the questions that comes through the social media and the arborist forums that we are on is constantly, where do I go to buy my tree care products? And today we're taking a look at 12 places online where we can potentially order product from. I'm going to be comparing them. I am looking at a few different items, and I'll go over what people did or didn't have in their online store, and we'll look at the price differences. And this is not counting discount codes or shipping. This is just going to be who actually has the products we're looking for and what is the base price of those products. We are going to be looking for the GroundsKeeper II Rakes, which, if I find one of the places that actually has it, was Cheryl Tree here. The GroundsKeeper II Rake in stock. This was a very difficult thing to find, and so not all of the vendors did have it. Cheryl and Tree Stuff are pretty much the same company, to my understanding. They have them for $45. Typically, I pay $28 for these rakes. You can get them from Tree Stuff, but you're going to pay a lot more money if you do. So we're going to start at the beginning with Shelter Tree. And my list is the GroundsKeeper II Rake, the Weaver 14-ounce throw bag, the Samson Zing-It throw line. It's the thinner, the 1.75 millimeter throw line in 180 foot length. The Protos helmets, I'm sure everyone's very familiar with these. This is, at this point, the standard helmet for arborists in our field here. And then the Samson climbing rope. It's the 150 foot length with the two tight eyes is what we prefer. And if I couldn't find that, some of them had one eye, some of them had none, and so we're just going to compare what people had. So those are the products that we're looking at. So starting with Shelter Tree, they did have the red and yellow helmet. You can see the prices here. I don't have to go through everything, but they had the helmet, they had the throw line and the weight, and the total was $362.63. Their website is pretty easy to navigate. They've got good tabs and the search engine. The next thing that we're looking at is Cheryl Tree. I'm looking at Cheryl and Tree Stuff together because my understanding is that it's kind of the same company. The helmet, the Zing-It, the rake, and the rope I found on Cheryl, but not the Weaver throw bag. They have notch throw bags, which I'm not a fan of, but they did have the Weaver on Tree Stuff, so I'm not sure how that worked out. Here's the prices. You can see everything. If I get rid of my coupons found tab, here's all their prices. Again, this is a $45 rake that we typically pay about $28 for, so that's up to you. And then here's everything on Cheryl minus the throw weight. Okay, then we're going to click over to Bailey's. I'm not sure if everyone's familiar with Bailey's. They didn't have everything. You see the rake wasn't there, but what they did have was the throw line that I wanted, the weight, the helmet. We had to pick a different color, but that was okay. It's the same price. And then the line with one sonai, so I could not get a two sonai option that I saw. There's all the prices, and there's the total. That's without the rake and without the second eye. Wesper. The rope with the sonai, maybe only one again instead of two sonais. the helmet, the throw bag. I put on 2 different ones here because at first I found the 12 and then I did find the 14, or I found the 14, but it was out of stock. And so then I did find the 12 ounce. That's a sacrifice we could probably make for 2 ounces, but just wanted to note that it was out of stock. And then we did find the Zing-It throw line in the 180 foot hank. And there's all the prices, and over here is the total. Westspur was a little harder to navigate and find everything, but if you're patient, you can find it. Bartlett was pretty easy to navigate. We found everything but the rakes, I suppose, and everything seems to compare as far as price point. We found the helmet. All these things are in stock, and I was able to get the spliced eye. I think 2 spliced eyes on this one. Okay. There's the total, $503.99. A lot of people don't know about Arbsession, but this is a good site to try. They did have the rakes. Again, they're matching the price because that's apparently supply and demand is putting us up at this $45 price point. Again, we are used to paying about $28. They had the Samson Zing-It and the throw weight. I couldn't find the original, so they have these premium bullet weights with the hook or the loop for the carabiner. It's a little bit more, but they did have it in 14 ounce. And then I was able to get the red and yellow, even though the photo doesn't match. I did find the red and yellow helmet in stock. And then the double eye splice on the rope. So you can look at all the prices. You can see the total here. But we were able to find everything we were looking for in one place. And that's important when it comes to shipping. It's going to matter that we can find it all in one place. The Groundskeeper rakes, I don't know that you can ever find free shipping on. Because the handles are so long, you pay for the oversized shipping box. Okay, on Gap Arborist Supply, this is a go-to for us. This is one of our more favorite places to shop. And we've got the Groundskeeper Complete Rake down at $33. And we found everything else we were looking for. The standard weaver, the Zing-It, the helmet, and the rope. But the rope, we could not find the option to get the double spliced eye. So that is something that will matter. We climb double rope system and definitely need both eyes on that. So there's the total. Again, this is one of the favorites. RNL Supply. Again, we had to go off of the Zing-It over to the AccuLine, which this is a good throw line. Don't get me wrong; it's just not what we typically our go-to is. And then had to deviate on the Samson because this is what they had available, so that's what we put on. No rakes, no helmet. So that's what it is. $182.97 for these 3 items here. And then the go-to, this is the last one, is Amazon. And we thought, well, you could just go ahead and look on Amazon and try and get all this in one place on Amazon. And you can. We found it all. It's not going to be the cheapest, I don't think, but the rakes are there for $40. The Zing-It's there. It's a different package, but it's the same thing. The small Zing-It line with the 180 hank, and the neon green weaver. And I could not find on Amazon the ability to add splices to the climbing line. So if splicing your climbing line is something that's important to you, I believe it was Tree Stuff has the 2 spliced eyes. The Gap had no eye, but I believe we have gotten them from Gap with eyes before. And Bartlett had the 2 tight eyes for an extra $25. I think that's per side. So 25. So it's maybe an extra $50 for 2 splices. So that's our list. If you have anything that you think should be added to that list, or if you want to weigh in on the conversation in the comments below, let us know what your preferred online vendor is, and we look forward to learning something from you guys. Thanks.